Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Mata Ogo, and if you're new here, hi, you're so much welcome to the channel. I'm happy to have you here. Well, in today's video episode of Echoes of Yesterday, I am going to be sharing with you my first experience in the ancient city of Benin. My post was one thing that brought me to Benin City, and when I came, I didn't come alone. I came with my mom and I came with my sister. So trust me when I say I have a story to tell from my first experience. Best believe I have a very long story to tell. So grab your popcorn, grab your juice, whatsoever makes you feel comfortable and cozy, and let us gist. Benin City for my post-UTME. Before I came, I was really happy that I was coming to Benin for the very first time, because the first impression I had of Benin was a very funny one. When my parents, I think they went for a wedding like that in Benin City, so they came back with one very nice bread. So when I tasted that bread, I was like, God, this bread, where did they get this bread from? And they told me it was from Benin City. Then I was obsessed with bread. When they told me it was from Benin, they got that bread, I was so happy. Like, I was like, this Benin, I must be in Benin City. Prior to that, my neighbor then was also schooling in the University of Benin, so it was even a very simple matter, because it was easy to convince my parents that I want to school in the University of Benin and all that. So my sister and myself, we are going to write the post-UTME together. So my parents wanted to accompany us, so we don't just feel alone, since it's our first time coming out like that. Fast forward to a day before the post-UTME, myself, my mom, my sister and myself and me, over the English is please, we left our home and we traveled. We are coming from Kogi State, so we traveled all the way down to Benin City. And we arrived very late. I think we didn't leave until maybe 12 or so. So we didn't take off from the house on time. So we got to Benin very late. So when we got to Benin, my mom asked around. Did I tell you that I was marveled when I saw the main gate? Like it felt like I just entered heaven. I'm a bush girl, I know, right? So when we got in, my mom was asking around, trying to inquire on how we are going to spend the night. And I think they said the school lodge was filled to the brim, so we had to look for a hotel outside. I think it was around BDPA side or so. So we had to go out of the school and look for a hotel to spend the night. And then it cost like 5,000 per night. It was quite on the pricey side, because I mean it was just a night and we're not used to that kind of lifestyle. So we spent the night, we ate. I was even trying to study then, but I think they were having a club in that hotel or something, so that place was very noisy, so we struggled to sleep that night. The next morning, on the day of the post-UTME, we dressed up. I, my sister, my mom, we dressed up, gingered ourselves, we prayed, and then we checked out of the hotel room. So we headed back to the school, and it took us in fact we got there very early in the morning, because we were told that the post-UTME was supposed to be in the morning. So we got there very early and we were just trying to revise, catch up with friends, like not catch up with friends, like we didn't have any friend there, so we were trying to just make friends and just chill. And we waited till like almost 3 or 4 before they called us for the exam. Guys, the plan that day was that after the exam, we're going to write the exam in the morning, then by 12 at most we are done with the exam, and then we head back home. But they didn't call us until 3, I think past 3, almost 4, before we were called for the exam. So by the time we had waited up to that point. We were just okay. When we were about to go in for the exam, my mom was like, okay, so we're going to do it very fast. So at least by 6, 7 we are done, and then we just head out and see how we are going to meet up or just break our journey or whatever. So it took me a very long, like the distance from where we were down to my exam hall or exam venue was, in fact, it felt like I was traveling from Lagos to Benin City, because it was so long, and that was like my first time moving around in the school. There was no cab, there was nothing, literally. So I was already feeling very stressed. So when I got to the exam venue, waiting for the papers to be passed and everything, guys, I noticed something happened. So by the time I sat down for the exam, I noticed that I was stained, guys. I didn't even plan or like have any idea that I was expecting a visitor at that point, because like I just feel that maybe the stress just contributed to making it come faster than it should. But guys, it was a very weird experience for me. That already just disorganized me completely for that exam. Like I was completely disorganized for that exam, honestly. So when they shared the paper, I was just trying to be strong and just encourage myself, and just cheer myself on because of all of the stress I've gone through. Like I can't fail this exam. I cannot just fail this exam. So I wrote the exam. When I was done, I finished pretty quick. I think it was it up to 1 hour, but I think it was not up to 2 hours at most. So when I was done, I had to wait for everybody in that class to be gone before I stood up from my chair. I was not with anything to cover myself, nothing. So I was just on my own. So when the classroom was empty, like I was just with the invigilators. Just I think two of them or so. I just stood up to leave. Then I quickly asked, like, was it a woman? I asked her to help me check if I was staying and all that. So she told me that it was not too obvious. So I quickly ran out of the classroom, and I was trying to rush back to meet my mom because she was waiting for me. By the time I was done and trying to leave, rain started falling. See, I had like completely mixed emotions at that point, because I was just trying to wrap my head around the exam fever and everything, and then this happened, and then rain is falling again. Like Jesus Christ, it was so annoying. So I quickly got to where my mom was. By the time I got to where she was, the rain had calmed down a little. So I think I was the only person left, because my mom was waiting for me. My sister was already with my mom, ready to go. So by the time I got to where she was, it was already past 6. So we're just looking for a way to leave the school and head home, because we were supposed to stay with somebody in school, but the person was not available at that point in time, so we could not stay there again. So when I got to meet my mom and my sister, I shared with them the sad experience I had. Like my mom was trying to see how she can, help. But at that point in time, I could not just change, because we didn't plan to stay for another day. So there was no spare clothes anywhere. We didn't have any spare clothes. There was no spare anything. Do you understand? And at that point, it was already dark. We were just thinking of how to even get home, not to start looking for where to change and all that. So we went to the park where we would get a vehicle back home. When we got to the park, there were no buses again. Like there were no buses headed to where we were going to. Like the park was empty. So we met somebody there and asked the man, like, why I think it was already past 7 by that time. We're so shocked, like, why is that place empty? What's happening? He said all the buses are gone, there are no vehicles going back today, this night again. So my mom was already like agitated. She was already in tears, like, because we didn't have enough cash to lodge again and then transport ourselves the next day. So we're just like we're stranded at that point in time. When we heard, my mom was just trying to find a way out. I don't know. She tried to make some calls to see if she had a friend here or there. The only closest person that was like the only closest person we had to stay with at that point was in Ekoma, and we just tried to find a way to just get there, just leave Benin City. That was just the whole struggle. And my mom was trying to ask around, is there any place we can get a vehicle? But there was no positive response at all. So I think in confusion, there was one vehicle. My mom was, you know how Benin people normally load like their buses. So we were just waiting on the road, and then one of the buses just passed. I was like, he was loading. I can't recall where he said he was going to. So my mom just was like, let's just enter. Like, where are we going to? So one woman just asked my mom, like, where is this bus going to? Where is this vehicle going to? And my mom was like, she does not know. She does not know. Oh my god. My mom was like, she does not know where this vehicle is going to. You want to ask that, why are you not entering the vehicle? You don't know where the vehicle is going to, and you're entering the vehicle. My mom just burst in tears, like she was so emotional, because at that point we were already stranded, like we were literally stranded. We could not reach out to anybody. I think my mom's phone, everything was just working against us that night. Like nothing was just going through. We were praying, trying to just find our way out, just somewhere to just stay and pass the night. So the woman asked, where are you going to? My mom burst out in tears, was trying to explain to her, we came for postutimi, these are my daughters, and we're trying to find a place to stay, this, that. And the woman was like, that's not a problem, no problem, just follow me, let's go. So when we found this woman, she just told us to follow her, and then she took a vehicle. We entered the bus together. Guys, I have never seen an angel in person until that day. I'm not even joking. Like, it just felt like it was an angel of God that just came that day, just came to our rescue that day, because it was beyond. I don't know. Before that day, I've never experienced something like that. Like, we've never had such manner of help. Like, it was so. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know, but that experience is one I would never forget in my whole life. This woman, we had never met her from anywhere, nothing. Like, we're not related, nothing completely. And she just told us to follow her. We entered the vehicle. She took us to her home, gave us a room. I told her that Auntie, I'm on my period though. My mom asked me to speak to her, that she's a very nice person. So I just told her, called her by the side, and she was like, okay, no problem. She's going to provide water for me to have my bath, change my clothes, everything. When we got to our place, she took us to a room, and do you know the funniest part? We didn't get to see any family member. She said she was staying with her family, but we didn't get to see any family member. Like, it felt like we're just in a room, and I don't know, but I just feel like it was, I don't know, it just felt beyond normal. It just felt beyond the natural. This man took us in. She gave me some clothes to change. Had my bath. We cleaned up. She served us food. She gave us food to eat. Like, this one was beyond nice to us. We slept past the night. The next morning, she woke us up. She provided water for us to have our bath. We had our bath. Quickly in the morning, before anything, we went to, like, after changing, dressing up, she took us to the park, and then we went back home. But, like, up till today, guys, we still speak of that miracle that happened to us that day in Benin City. And to me, that was beyond a normal regular experience. So I just in fact I just feel it's what is what is what holding on to, and just what being grateful and thankful to God for, because it was beyond the natural, guys. And this is me. I don't even think I explained it the way it really happened, because at that point, the way we were stranded, any evil thing would have happened or could have just happened, but God just helped us and we met the right person. We're not vulnerable to the wrong person. We didn't give out or let out all the stories to the wrong person and everything. And you know, God is good, guys. God is good. Just know that God is really good and He's faithful. So yeah, that's the end of my story, my long experience. Well, I feel really happy to share. I hope you are blessed by my story. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you've come up to this point, I really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to, and don't forget to leave me a nice comment down below. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay beautiful.